There's a bridge!
Thanks for watching the Film Fix. I'm Jonathan W. Hickman, and as always, this is Jeff Marker. And tonight, I don't know about you, I'm exhausted. I'm completely and utterly exhausted. We just saw Fast 5, and it's the movie that says, and it makes a very powerful argument for this, that every problem that you ever have can be solved with a car.
Very true. You know, I heard a rumor that there's a story in this movie. Is that true?
Well, it's a rumor that we're going to cast out in our review of Fast 5. Why don't I tell everyone what we think the story is, and then we'll talk about whether we like the movie.
Excellent.
Fast 5 is the 5th Fast and Furious film. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years since the first movie that starred, of course, the Vin Diesel, who then was known to us, but now is somewhat of a household name. This character he reformed in 2009 when they came out with Fast and Furious, and to everyone's surprise, it made so much money that it made this movie necessary. Fast 5 takes place in Rio de Janeiro, and the boys, both Brian and Dom, of course Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, decide to go toe-to-toe with a drug lord, at least that's what we believe he is, and steal all of his money. And that means a lot of car racing, and a lot of things get destroyed in the process. On their heels is an American agent played by what we used to call The Rock, but now he's known as Dwayne Johnson, and he is dead set on getting them and bringing them to justice. The movie also has Jordana Brewster reprising her role as Mia, and many of the other actors from previous Fast and Furious films make an appearance as well. We see Tyrese Gibson, we see Sung Kang, who was in the Tokyo Drift film, and there's really not a story here. It's a heist film, I guess, at its core, but it's just an opportunity to destroy things and to show fast cars, fast women, and a lot of other things going on. So I can't help but say that you get exactly what you expect from the Fast 5 film. I mean,
you do have to give it to it. You know, it's sort of truth in advertising, and you almost, as a reviewer, you have to kind of throw your usual grading scale out the window. You know, we're here to see a lot of cars, and we do. You said it. Things get destroyed in this movie. There is an amazing amount of carnage in the streets of Rio in this movie.
You know, I don't know how much of it is Atlanta that is doubling for Rio. But,
right, we're proud to say they shot some of this in Atlanta. Yeah.
I mean, there is a scene, and it's giving nothing away. I'm sure a lot of this will be shown in clips throughout the internet, where a large vault is drugged behind two muscle cars through the streets of Rio de Janeiro, and initially I just went, oh my gosh, what are they doing? Because it was so crazy and over the top, and it goes on and on and on. I mean, they just try to make it work, and I guess ultimately it does, but this is science fiction.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is complete ridiculous, over-the-top science fiction.
Well, okay, on the downside, it is a long movie. When you say it goes on and on, it's not just that scene. This really started to wear on me after a while. It's incredibly loud. I don't think it was just our showing. I have a headache from it right now. And so, you know, that's the old guy.
What's the first one's going to be shown in IMAX, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I can't imagine. I guess it would be good.
Yeah, so that's the old guy review. The Fast and Furious fan review is that you get what you want. And, and I got to say, the scene, there's one scene, and this is not something else. This is something else we're not giving away. This is in the trailers, and they've released clips. at one point, Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson have this epic scale fight. And it was like they're Transformer robots or something. They bang into each other and they crash through walls, and none of them even gets like a bloody nose or something like that.
And they don't have a mark on them when they're done.
And they do that. They do that with the cars throughout the movie. You can do anything to the cars, and it never hurts the suspension. The bumpers never scratched.
You can drive off the edge of a cliff. Well, no, but you can drive out of the back of a moving train, land in the desert, and the car keeps going.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to buy one of those cars. I mean, you would never need another car.
Yeah, if Detroit had made one of those, right? So, yeah, but and it is completely silly and absurd, but I couldn't look away from it.
Oh, sure. I mean, talk about as a filmmaker, the eye constantly moving. One of the things that if you make movies, I mean, both of us have made movies, and when we're doing television, we like to cut away to clips. We like to do all that because we're afraid that the audience that has been spoon-fed, I like to say on MTV, but now it's the internet and YouTube, little bursts of information. That they're going to get tired and they're going to want to go away and not listen to us. I mean, I can talk forever, but and I think this movie takes that to the nth degree. It's so kinetic, constant destruction, constant. And then when they slow it down for the melodrama, all you can do is just chuckle. I swear to God, there are so many shots of Vin Diesel doing things with his mouth that I suppose is emoting.
That was emoting, yeah. I don't think you caught that. That was emoting.
Vin Diesel, I guess if he were a model in Zoolander, he would have a particular look that he would achieve, and this movie captures every possible look. His entire range of acting ability, it captures it right here.
Yeah, the dramatic moments are pretty silly, and they're really trying to make him into this sort of godfather figure for this little crime family he has, and it's pretty ridiculous. But they come along, and Tyrese and Ludacris are both really funny.
Yeah, and Ludacris came to our screening, which was kind of neat.
Yeah.
I shot a little video of it. Everybody was, so I felt safe to do so. But he was very gracious, came out, told people to wait and watch the credits, which we watched some of them.
Yeah.
And there are some clues to yet another Fast and Furious movie that I'm sure is coming. Dwayne Johnson is really big.
He is. He's back to rock physique again.
Almighty.
Sometimes you want to give a movie credit for what it isn't. And one thing I was kind of surprised, because I'm just going to fess up, I have avoided all four of these movies up until now, and so I'm a Fast Five virgin, was, and I really kind of thought it would be more, cars, booze, and babes, but really, there isn't a whole lot of the last one, and I was there was one scene. They go to everybody goes to the streets of Rio de Janeiro, and they're hanging out, and we have one scene that looks like a bad music video with lots of shots of girls' butts and those sorts of things. But otherwise, that's it. They've got some real good-looking people, male and female, in the movie, and they don't sort of stretch the eye candy to it till it's inappropriate.
Well, this is an over-the-top experience, and I have to say, for those people who know what they're getting, they're going to get their fix from Fast Five.
Absolutely, and the crowd was clearly made up mostly of fans of the series, and they laughed when it was ridiculous. They know it's ridiculous, but it's just good demolished. How do I want to say it? Not good, clean fun. Exactly.
What was that old thing? The Grand Guignol. You know it because you teach it. But violence.
It's like that for cars.
For the sake of violence. Well, this is it. Well, it's like that for action films. I mean, we know that it's gone way beyond cars. I mean, they have technology in it. Ludacris is some amazing technological guru who would obviously be in Silicon Valley in the real world. And it's just so wildly over the top that at some point it reaches a tipping point, it goes over that cliff, and it begins to work.
Yeah, you just kind of go with it.
I can't describe it any better than that. So the world everything can be fixed with a car, and Fast Five, I'm going to say I got my fix from it.
Amazingly enough, I got my fix as well.
I wore this guy down. Well, thanks for watching the Film Fix this week. As always, I'm Jonathan W. Hickman.
I'm Jeff Marker.
And you can always join us on the web by going to dailyfilmfix.com, where you can feed your movie addiction. I've got a little special treat for Film Fix viewers to sort of carry us out. There is a movie that made a splash, I think at Sundance, maybe at Toronto. It's called Submarine. And it's directed by one of the stars of the British television series called The It Crowd. And I'm going to play that trailer because I think this movie might be something special. It reminds me a little bit of Son of Rambo, but an older setting. And so here it is, the trailer of Submarine, and thanks for watching.
My name is Oliver Tate. I suppose it's a bit of an affectation, but sometimes I wish there was a film crew following my every move. I don't quite know what I am yet. I've tried flipping coins, listening exclusively to French crooners. I've even had a brief ad phase, but nothing stuck. My parents have not had sex for 7 months. I've been monitoring their intimacy via the dimmer switch in their bedroom. Jordana Bevan's moderately unpopular, which makes a romance between the two of us more likely.
Meet me under the bridge after school and we'll take it from there.
Now kneel down. Close your eyes. Wow, you look mentally retarded.
What are you gonna do with the photos?
What are you complaining about? This is conclusive proof they might not be gay.
I asked if she was my girlfriend now. She said,
I'll think about it.
but what she meant was, yes, we are now as one. My parents are going to the cinema on Thursday. The house is empty on Thursday evening.
Are you asking me to come round and have sex with you?
If I say yes, is that less than the chance of you wanting to? To us, and a wonderful evening of lovemaking.
You're a serial killer.
I wish I could hand in this excuse now.
Please may Oliver be excused from class. His tiny heart is broken.
It's a big love letter.
I've got a big heart. Dear Jordana, you're the only person I would allow to be shrunk down to a microscopic size and swim inside me in a tiny submersible machine. You're too good for me. You're too good for anyone. Sincerely, Oliver. I was crying earlier. My eyes are probably red.
They look fine.
Well, maybe they don't go red when I cry then.
I heard the news that you cried.